Greetings and welcome back to another episode of Total Control with Huesca, the series where I lose every game 1-0. Done a whole on that patterns. Every game has actually finished 1-0, every competitive one, even the one that we won, which I think really has been a saving grace in all honesty, just because of the morale, and it will keep the board off my back. But it's not the best start really. Like, I feel like we probably should have got a point against Bilbao purely based on the fact that we conceded the goal from the bloody free kick. Betis, I have no problem because we conceded the goal from open play, and that one's frustrating because of the bloody goalkeeping error is what cost us a point in that game. But what it comes down to in the end is if you don't score goals, you can't win games. I think, again, defensively, we still look all right. However, I am going to make a couple more changes, and one of them is quite a big tactical change. But firstly, the defensive side of things. I think, like someone said, that we need to have a slightly higher line of engagement because we're allowing too many touches on our box, and I believe that's because we're sitting too deep. Now, this won't be too bad because it's not like we're going to allow too many balls in behind because we've got decent enough players for that, but it might just allow us to sit further away from our box, and I think that does make a difference, to be honest, and it'll allow us to press from slightly higher up. The other change I want to make, though, is I think the problem with our attacking side of things is that we just lack any kind of... We need a player here, I feel like, and the defensive screen is one thing, but I don't know how much better we'd cope without it. And I do wonder if maybe playing an attacking midfielder could have an effect on this team to the point where maybe we could start getting some more chances created because we'd have an extra player there to help with the build-up and whatnot. So with that in mind, I'm tempted to move the Musto position out of that. Now, this would definitely require us to have some kind of defensive midfielder or defensive type of player here. So I'm going to put Musto in the centre of midfield in this role, but we're going to change his outlook slightly. Hold position, and then we'll sit him next to Toure or Miero, as it actually will be. That will then allow us to have a central midfielder in here. Someone like, potentially even Camacho, who can get further forward, can move into channels, just allow our striker a bit more... So he doesn't have to do a lot of the legwork in this area, because I found that, of course, Camacho won't like to shoot less often. I think the problem we had a lot of the time is Gallego, or whoever's playing as a striker, is having to drop deep to come and collect the ball, because there's no one there most of the time. Gaia and Juanpi can't get further than a forward, whereas this will allow Camacho, or whoever, to sit in this role and allow our striker to actually play as a striker and get in behind when needed. It's just going to make us a little bit weaker defensively. That's my problem. My concern is people will be running on our defense. But the first game we've got to test this is against Vallecano. Super duper important. So what better place to test it in a really important game? But it also should be a winnable game, so we should allow at least a bit more of the ball that time. Also, on a side note, as you know, I'm away next week, so I'm recording a lot of videos this week. So just bear in mind that at points I'm going to get ridiculously far in front, way more than I would normally do. So just bear that in mind with me maybe not listening to really obvious things in the comments. So just bear that in mind, please. Okay, so Vallecano coming up. We need to look at this. And I think chance conversion is one thing, but chance creation is another. I always want attacking movement in there too. We don't need a match practice on a Wednesday. Going to dump in a couple of these sessions in here too. We've got recovery after that because we've actually got a game on the Tuesday, so we do need to be careful here. It's not going to be another one of these double ones because that last episode I feel like was it was like an hour and 20 minutes of recording. I actually don't know how I'm going to cut that down. So let's look at the post-match. Insua had an excellent game, great defensive awareness. Insua has been playing amazingly well, I have to say, and I do wonder if perhaps giving him his ball playing role back might not be such a bad idea. But then again, a 7.4 in that team playing like that is insane. Jovanovic was appalling. Like, he made some saves, but it's the mistake into a goal that cost us the points. One thing as well, after the Barcelona game, which is here, what I'm going to do is something a little bit different. We're going to do some proper deep analysis using the squad views to see if there's any players that are standing out in certain roles and whatnot. We're also going to go and do a proper deep dive just to see if there's anything we can pick out, but we don't have enough data for it yet. That's been the main problem. On the plus side, only conceding 3 goals in 3 games that's such a good thing. It's just everything else. But we also need to be taking points off of teams that we wouldn't expect to, like the Bilbao. If we got points against Bilbao and Celta, those 2 points that we could have maybe got, that would have made such a huge difference. Interestingly, the dressing room atmosphere has completely dipped now as a result of the results, but managerial support and the cohesion is looking better. Camacho will actually start to like me again soon too, because he's going to play. One of the other reasons I don't want to keep screaming too many games into episodes is because I feel like it makes me rush through things, and that's the last thing I want to be doing because it's really important that we actually take the time over this stuff. Okay, we've got some scouting stuff finally. I was beginning to wonder what happened to our scouts, but of course, because we're not in the window anymore, they're not quite so desperate here. So this guy really is desperate to leave Athletic, isn't he? We nearly could have got him in the summer, but we signed Walker Peters on loan. It just seemed like a no-brainer. Another right back. They really like showing us right backs, don't they? Tejedo's really loving those. Rossi, a right midfielder. Plays for LAFC. We've got Chong there too, and he can play through the middle when he's back, which is he may well have to. Crossing could be good. He could be fast. He's got decent enough. I might have a look at him. She's actually recommended us a player from Greece. It's Triantafylos Passalidis. I probably butchered that. I do apologise. He's a centre-back, and, I mean, we don't need centre-backs right now. In fact, it's another Greek player. I like that she's actually recommending us Greek players, though, because it gives us a little extra. Striker from Monaco. Could be potentially a loan signing in January, maybe, if things aren't going right for us. I don't know. There's a guy from Real Zaragoza here who would really be good. Decent height, good determination, heading, marking, tackling. We'll keep scouting him. So, Vallecano's last game, they lost 2-0 to Leganes. They've conceded 7 goals. They're like penalty area centre from crosses. That's what I like to see. Copa del Rey, 3rd round draw. Please give us... Oh, actually, come on, give us a 3rd tier. Nope, they're a 2nd tier team as well. God damn it, anyway. We definitely could have got ourselves... Look, there's still some teams from the non-league... Well, not non-league, you know what I mean. From the non-playable leagues in this. We could have got them. But no, we've got Cadiz away from home. We need to get to the 4th round of this. And then we can bow out. But that would make the board happy. Very much worth pointing out, a lot of players training better. Juanpi, Chong, Gallego, ridiculously good in training this week. I think as a result of me adjusting him, he's done really well. And he needs to be, he needs to be praised for that. And Chong too, to be fair. Talking to the players just helps keep the morale up as well. And Juanpi, which is really nice to see. Annoyingly, Juan Hernandez is one of those strugglers. I'm going to up his intensity a little bit to give him a bit more to do. That'll give him a little boost. He's still actually doing all right for the tactical familiarity. But most of the players that actually play are performing well in training, as is Gabardino Mango. Okay, pre-match briefing. Let's see how we do. Go on, you know you want to like the tactic. Nope, not a fan. Cautious. They like the cautious part. That's a good sign. They don't like the counter-attack. They really don't like us distributing to the centre-backs, for some reason. I'm going to be honest, I'm still lost as to why they wouldn't like certain things in this. It's a bit difficult to know what to pick and why. I also wonder if maybe cautious isn't the best mentality for this game, given the... Maybe a balanced approach is maybe better and then shift depending on the way the game is panning out. I think we might be allowing teams too much space just by starting on cautious. Like, there's certain games where it makes perfect sense, but I think balance might well be something we could try going forward because I just think that we're maybe allowing too much of that. So as things stands at the moment, a win wouldn't actually take us out of the relegation zone unless it was by a big enough margin, but we do need to win. We are the favourites. We're at home. This is about as important relegation 6-pointers we've had, and we might even have all season, to be honest. Now, the question is who starts? Camacho or someone like Chong, who's probably not ready for that yet. Gomez, we also got him, but he's not registered at the moment. So Juan Hernandez will start up top, and Miero will come back in, because I think that might have been a mistake too. Musto Miero also have a partnership too. Etcheta and Insua, I think they definitely deserve that. Insua's probably been our best player this season so far. I'm going to keep Angel in, and Walker Peters. This is the kind of game where we need to get something. A win. We need to get a win. So they've got Mbula. Gianni Mbula is their roaming playmaker. They've got an inside forward on the right, interestingly, and Gael Kakuta on the left with a complete wingback on this side. So is that Alberto Moreno? Oh, Alex Moreno. Okay. So cautious and flexible, which means that they're probably not setting up to... They're probably not going to have that much possession. So looking at the Leganes game, which they lost 2-0, Mbula was a decent player for them, which suggests he's probably making a decent number of passes. So if we can get in on him, nice. The fullbacks seemed a bit inevitable. It's quite a... We don't know that much about it, annoyingly. So again, Mbula, really good performance in them beating Albacete in the cup, I'm guessing. Kakuta was poor. They got Bebe here as well. Down the right-hand side particularly, when they've played well, it's been down this right-hand side. Positional heat map. But weirdly, focus of the attacks was down the right, yet they actually kept the ball mostly on the left. Oh, look at this. So it's like they're clustering on the left-hand side and then spraying balls out to the right. Is that going to pan out here? Wow, there's a lot of key passes too. They had a really good performance against Albacete despite that. It's a shame we can't actually see the possession. Oh, yes, we can. They had less of the ball there. Do we know that about these games? Yeah, they don't seem to set up to have a lot of possession. They have more possession against Atletico, interestingly. But you can see that they're sort of sitting with the ball in this side. Particularly the number 23 here. This centre-back seems to be doing an awful lot. And he gets quite farther forward, and there's this sort of area here, and they're sort of spreading the ball. No wonder Galvez was man of the match. I bet he played a lot of passes. So goal analysis. They scored from outside the box quite a fair amount. Play shots, crosses from the right-hand side. Okay, so Mbula, absolutely. I'm not going to go after Trejo. Isn't that the guy is he on loan from Real Madrid? I think he is, isn't he? Moreno, we're not going to obviously go after Moreno with that amount of marking. There's no point in that. That would be really, really poor right now. Same with this. We've got to sort of reset these. Galvez is actually playing on the other side. So we might press him a little bit. Suarez, of course, onto the weaker foot. Kakuta is the inside forward. Is he the winger? No, Imbarba's the... Kakuta's tight marker. I don't really want to tight mark him because he's a winger. We'll leave him be for now. But we might have to go after this. We'll see. Oh, God, I'm more nervous for this than any other game so far in this save because of how much this means to us if we can get the victory. We've scored 1 goal this season in competitive matches, and that's not good. And that wasn't even from open play. It was Miero from the free kick. We've created chances, just not put them away. I'm hoping that Hernandez, now that he's back, really gets up to speed and starts making some stuff happen with Camacho in behind. the squad harmony might improve too. Okay, let's have this. See if we can come up with something a bit different today. Have a bit more of an attacking threat today, but I'm concerned about the ability of our defenders to deal without that screen of Musto. Now, Musto's still going to be providing an option for us because he's still in the team, but he's going to be more advanced. Kakuta, he's cutting through. Oh, God. Musto. Ah. Hernandez. Oh, Gaillar's out there. Good, decent first touch from him, maybe. Ball across. Camacho. Oh, no. That was the chance. Camacho. Oh. He has the chance to become the hero. What a chance that was. Really nice football, though. Getting the ball out wide, getting it into good areas, and Camacho making that extra run. Having that second man making that run was so important there, I think. Juanpi, out for Gaillar again. Got more men in the box this time. Gaillar, can he dig a cross out? He can't, but just having an extra man in the box there, they didn't pick him up. Juanpi to whip one. Back post. Insua! Oh, what a chance. If he could have put that back across the box for someone. Because he's causing way too much havoc so far by getting into good positions. Mbaba. See, look, they're pushing out on... Oh, no. Whoa. Well, we started all right. Juanpi's ball. Headed on goal. Camacho again, and it's saved. Oh, dear. We've had less of the ball, but we've actually probably been the better side so far. Juanpi gets the shot away, and it's blocked. Jose Angel. Ball across. Oh, Walker Peters is there. Got to find a good cross. Or go for goal. Or something. Oh, my God. Every time we win the ball back, the highlight finishes. Why is that happening? Why aren't we counter-attacking? Possession in this game has been utterly dreadful. Surprisingly bad, actually. Juanpi, please use the width. Miero. Walker Peters, put a ball in. Finds Gaillar. Half-time, possession is woeful. Still 0-0. Watch us concede some ridiculous goal in the second half, but... Honestly, our strikers just aren't getting into the game. We cannot seem to get them into the match. Might just turn off the wing focus and just see where we can go with this right now. Maybe work ball into the box, hold on to the ball a bit more. I just want to see something. It's 4 league games. We've still not scored a goal. Franco De Santo coming on, of all people. Juanpi, go on, whip this one back post. Oh! That's offside, isn't it? Yep. Oh, God. I thought for a second, just for a brief split second, I thought we had a goal. This could be Juanpi territory, but it's going to be a tough one with his left foot from here. And it's saved! Oh! Gaillar, look at the overlap. There's options left and right. Oh! We just seem to have stepped it up a bit in this second period now. Working that ball a bit nicer. Gaillar. He's got an overlap on his left. It's Jose Angel. Ball whipped across. Hernandez! Just wide of the goal. Better. Much more like it, though. Oh, no. It's going to be a goal. There are always goals. I don't believe it. Another bloody free kick. Ball across. Defender can't deal with it. And there's Mbula. And it's 1-0 to Vallecano. I don't know. Just as we were starting to look better and creating some stuff, we go and concede from a free kick this time. We can barely even find... Well, we found 1 goal in 1 game this season. We're not going to find 2 today, are we? Let's come on. Yaya Toure. Out wide for Luisinho. Can he keep this in play? He's got a good ball. Gallego heads it wide. Oh, my God. Put it on target. Yaya Toure again. Finds Luisinho with another ball out wide. Corner. Luisinho. Ball in. It's Shetta! Oh, and it's tipped over the bar. Overlap again. Lovely ball again into the channel. Luisinho's ball. Gallego's header. Tipped over the crossbar by the goalkeeper. I do feel like working the ball into the box, particularly as well with Yaya Toure into the fray, has made a huge difference tonight. But 4 minutes to go. I mean, I actually feel like we'd be good value for something from this match now. We've actually been pretty decent. And we're still going to come away with nothing at this rate. So many options. Oh, Walker Peters is one of them. Can he find the ball across? Oh, my. Put the ball across! Jesus Christ, they refuse to put the ball into dangerous areas. It's like they're trying not to score. I don't know. Like, we can't score. We literally cannot score goals. We've scored no goals from open play in any competitive matches. And that's something that really does have to change. And I'm a little bit, like, completely at a loss at the point now. We've conceded one. We've lost every game 1-0. 2 free kicks have cost us games. 1 goalkeeping error has cost us a game. 1 counter-attacking situation has cost us a game. I feel like we were good value for something from that match, but it doesn't matter whether we were good value or not because we didn't get anything from the match. I don't know. I really don't know. And I'm probably sure you're going, oh, why aren't you doing this? Because that's not how this works. That one is the most disappointing because we weren't bad, really. We had the chances. They just... Something else that's getting quite on my tits now is so many opportunities where we'll get the ball into a brilliant crossing position and then they just don't cross it. It's not ideal, is it? It's really not ideal, but I don't think the shape really worked for us. And I think maybe switching to it at such short notice might have had a problem. But it just didn't really work. We don't create. So for the next match, we're going to move the back here. Obviously, the next match will be in the next episode. But yeah, Musto back to where his more... No, yeah, of course. I might actually make him a defensive midfielder instead. Bold support. Meaning he'll sit deeper because he's a DM. But we also want to move this to something different too. Yeah, okay. So we're going to go back to what we were doing before with that. I just don't think that was really the right approach. Although I do think working the ball into the box could have an effect for us. It's just one of those things, really. It's part of the trials and tribulations of building tactics. Obviously, the reason I chose Huesca was because they're a very, very difficult team that's up against it, and boy, are we. But my God, is it frustrating to lose every single game by a goal to nil. That really does... So now that we've actually got 5 sort of competitive matches under our belt, maybe we should take a little look at this overall thing here, since we've got a bit of time. Considering none of our shots from outside the box, restricted 3 goals from 191 touches in our area. That is way too many. That's good, I suppose. Where are we doing badly? What we're doing well is kind of irrelevant at this point. We know what we're doing well. Far too many touches of the ball in our penalty area. Okay, so how do we prevent that? To me, that we prevent that by a higher line and getting a bit more of a pressing game going. It's amazing how many come through the centre, considering that's where we've actually got a DM, but there you go. We've lost a lot of possession in the central areas of our own defensive third. Now, I believe that's because we're passing the ball out through our defenders, but maybe we shouldn't be playing it out from the back, but that just seems to be giving up possession. It's one of those things where there's so many thoughts sort of flowing around in your head that you can't really get anything straight, and that's a real problem. I'll probably come up with something once I've actually sat and watched this stuff while I'm editing and then when I'm reviewing the videos, but right now my brain can't do anything. We've scored so few chances from inside the area. It's actually quite baffling how many chances we've had, and we're just not putting them in the back of the net. Maybe because our tempo is too high. Maybe the higher tempo is causing us to rush our chances and not put them away as accurately as we might have wanted to. We'll do the post-match press conference, and then we'll pop off for a bit. Yeah, technology is important. Okay, so the press conference basically featured very little at all. Next episode, it's going to be difficult with Levante, and maybe Barca, depending on how quickly we get into things with that. I mean, Barca at home is a total nonsense match in terms of we're just going to sit up and see what happens, really. Levante away isn't going to be easy by any stretch. We really are looking for the run. I mean, that's an away from home game. We've got Cadiz in the Cup away from home. Then we've got Espanyol at home, Sevilla at home. Admittedly, both of these two aren't doing too great here. It's this run of games here that are super important. Valladolid, Leganes, Eibar, who are actually doing really well so far, Sociedad and Getafe. I feel like things would have evened out a little bit by then, but to be honest, we've got to do something. Right now, we've got to do something. God, it's going to feel so good. Just when we score our first goal, for God's sake. Right, if you've enjoyed it anyway, drop a like, that'd be glorious. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe. And I'll join you guys in the next episode, where we'll lose another game by 1 goal to 0 from a free kick. See you guys soon. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.